Hi, everybody. Come on in. Sit down. I'm going to try YouTube chat today. See if I like it better. I know I do. Okay, good. That looks more better. Okay, if you're watching on YouTube, just scrub forward until you see something start happening. I'm going to show a book I got and some zines that I'm going to show the zine that we finished or started last week. I did go ahead and get it done. Yeah. So I'm going to do that. Oh, I should have Robert go check the mail. Maybe got more in. I got too much stuff, you guys. Too much. Can you believe I said that? Okay. Hi, Linda. Hey, Barbara. You're getting dark here. That's just there taking up space. Hi, Linda. Hi, Tracy. Oh, you mean you've got storms coming? I get it. A little slow on the uptake, but yeah. Hey, Lori. I'm so glad you retired and you're going to streams again. Oh, I'm not really prepared for today, but what else is new? Hi, Terry Brett. So anyway, we'll give people a chance to come on in here. Hit that thumbs up button when you come in if you don't care. Yeah, I'll bet for you it's awesome, Lori. I've done it for so long now. I just take it for granted. Hi, Pam. So didn't do much over the weekend. Just had a pretty normal, quiet weekend. We did go out to eat last night, which for us is unusual. I don't like to do that very much because that entails going out and dealing with real life people in the real world. And that freaks me out. So, and another thing, this is crazy, but I was cleaning out some of my stuff. Do any of you have an HP printer that uses the black? No, this is the tricolor cartridge, HP 60, because it's so expensive, and I got rid of that printer. Well, it just quit working. I actually did love the printer. But I found this left over, and I want to find a home for it. So I'm not going to ship it international, okay? Oh, hi, Missy. I'm glad you showed up. I'm going to show you the zines and everything about them. Let me see if I have the how to fold them in the folder. I have to have a folder because I have so much junk. If not, I'll just make another one because I can. Did I throw that away? Oh, my God. It's got to be here somewhere. Oh, well. No, there it is. Yay! Woohoo! And I'm going to show you the one that we started last week. All right. Thanks for coming. The people here are usually always pretty much overlap of Dee Dee's, but they're always really nice and kind. So, hey, Mindy. Hi, Yvonne. Yeah, Yvonne, check. Because, honestly, printer ink is the most expensive fluid on the planet. And I don't want to throw it away. I guess I could throw it in the donate bin. I have to seriously work on your folding. Your folding's bad, Tracy? How could that be? The thing is, by the time you work on them, they are a little hard to fold, and depending on what medium you use. But after you make the copies, then it's just like folding a regular sheet of paper. And I'm going to have to take mine, I think, and get it copied, because this new printer copier I bought really reduces the amount of image area. So I don't know if you noticed Dee Dee's when she showed hers this morning, she had edge-to-edge coverage. Home copiers do not do that as a rule. And maybe if you've got a really expensive one. Mine is not a really expensive one. You have a different HP. Yeah, see, I think these 60 cartridges are older models, but they were around forever. But yeah, if I could find a home for it, I would happily mail it out. I mean, I've already got, what, $60 invested. What's another $5 or whatever it might cost, right? So, and I talked to Dee Dee. She's eating Chick-fil-A. So she probably can't type because her hands are full of chicken sandwiches. Hi, Kathy Arbor. All right. I guess I can go ahead and start. We're 7 minutes into this. There's Dee Dee. You heard that. I didn't tell him that I've been getting Chick-fil-A ads on my phone in Spanish. So now I know Chick-fil-A in Spanish. I don't know how the hell that happened, but it cracks me up. And it's happened like 3 times, so it's not, I don't know what the heck. Anyway, last week we started a zine, and I used, I just had that there to have something on the camera. And I used those sticker books. Remember, and I added some since last week, but remember the guy and Dee Dee told me to put the wings on the monkey, and the book lady and stuff like that. So this is what we did last week. You know, you guys helped me with it and it was fun. And then my challenge this week was to pull it all together. And so I did. And so that's like the first generation that you guys helped me with. This was after I colorized it and wrote the story. And see how I have it colored edge to edge. Well, I knew when I did that the copier was not going to copy that. So if I make copies of this one to give away, I'm probably going to have to go to a copy shop and get the copies made, because I like the edge-to-edge copy. And I know it can be done because Dee Dee showed it this morning. Thank you, Barbara. So I'm going to go ahead and cheat and show you. I mean, I'll read to you the finished zine, okay? And if I stumble over stuff, just overlook it. Hi, Sherry. Anybody I miss coming in? Anyway, so I titled it Before the Wall. And I had to go and look, when was Humpty Dumpty, when was it first published and who did it, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it was published in, well, there's 2 dates, but anyway, I chose 1797. So that's where the story begins, okay? At long last, Lolita Longlegs, which you guys gave me the name, has laid an unusual egg that she named Humpty Dumpty, which translates to a fat round person, which I looked up, and that's true. It is up for debate if Humpty is a person. We will watch for developments closely. So there's the, oops, I'll go ahead and pull it down so you guys can kind of see the art and how it ends up working out. Hi, Marsh. Okay, pay attention, because Marsh was saying he might want to participate in the zine swap. So this is just one that I threw together this week, and my camera is so damn goofy right now. And these are all stickers. I did not draw this. This is stickers. One day while he was out for a walk, he met up with the Mushroom Man. After accepting a sample of his shrooms, Humpty's epic adventure began. In short order, he was running around exclaiming about the vibrancy of his surroundings. He couldn't wait for more. Everything in Humpty's life seemed so fantastical and unreal, sometimes frightening, but always interesting. The book lady told the craziest tales of cows that jumped over the moon, a king with fiddlers, Jack and Jill. Were they children or crows? Because there's actually at least two, of the nursery rhymes use the names Jack and Jill. Anyway, will we ever know? A woman who lived in a shoe, she beat her children? A wee kid named Willie running around in his PJs? Humpty was ready for more adventures, so down the lane he traveled. He never expected what happened next. Out of the sky came a flying monkey with butterfly wings who scooped him up and flew high up in the air. Looking down, he could see a little boy and girl tumbling down a hill, spilling their pail of water. He saw pigs, one at the market, one at home, one eating roast beef in front of his neighbor, and one screaming as he ran towards his home, almost running into a pretty little girl who had dropped her curds and whey when a spider sat down beside her. Soon enough, the monkey landed on a brick wall and told him to get off. Sitting there, trying to figure out how to get down, he called to a kingsman for help. An investigation is underway. Did Humpty fall or was he pushed? So that's just an example of taking Humpty Dumpty and turning it into something totally different. Before he ever got to the wall, he took those damn mushrooms, and then the world went batshit crazy. Hi, Keisha. So that's the idea of a zine. The theme is not Humpty Dumpty. It's Mother Goose. So you can do anything with the that theme. No rules at all. Just make up whatever you want. So it's one page. Yes. After you finish the work, make 6 copies, send me 5 with a self-addressed stamped envelope, and you'll get 5 in return. I keep 1 because I am a pig. But now that I've done 2 zines, I've got 1 already done that I'm not going to show you guys. Thanks, you guys. Hi, Jasper. Hi, Keisha. So yeah, it's really just to inspire you to get creative, do something out of the ordinary. This one was really unusual because I normally draw everything in my zines. In this case, I use stickers. Getting rid of the edge of the stickers was really a pain in the butt, but that's okay. So this is how you lay your zine out, okay? 8.5 by 11, fold it in the center. Fold one side back, fold the other side back, crease them good, open it back up, fold the long way, and then cut between the 2 end folds down the center. And make yourself one of these because when it's folded up, when you number the pages, and there'll be 8 pages, when you open that up and look, the way it turns out is the cover ends up over here, page 8 over here, and your images are upside down from each other, like on this one. So does that make sense to everybody? And yet September 15th is the deadline. All right. And now let me get my camera. I must have hit it or moved it or something. You're going to love Dee Dee's stream this morning, Jasper. She showed books. Tons and tons of books. And when you're done, you're going to feel book poor. Here's my email. To get my address, where to send it, you can email me. or just hit me up on IG in a direct message and I'll send you my address that way. Don't forget the period after the M. Okay. There's my email, Tracy. And I'll make sure I check it after my stream today. Okay. Anybody have any questions? I will be making copies of this one and sending it out. So you may end up getting, since I keep one of everybody's, a lot of people will end up getting 6 in return. So how's that? Hi, Lisa. And my real one, my first one, I'm not going to show that one until the whole thing is done. But this one with the stickers was really fun because it was kind of a challenge to come up with totally random stickers and somehow put them all together and come up with something that was, at least in my mind, somewhat coherent, but it might have been the shrooms. Okay, thanks, Mindy. I pay for the international postage on returns because you guys don't have international stamps. But that's okay. Okay, Missy, you can use anything. Like that one that I just showed, that was stickers out of these sticker books. And they were truly random. I mean, I'm not kidding. I just picked out images that seemed, well, the first one I think was the Mushroom Man. And as soon as I got the Mushroom Man, everything got easier. But you can draw it. You can get pictures out of magazines. You can use stickers. Honestly, the medium you use is entirely up to you. I'm going to show you one from Aunt Beck next. But yeah, that's what these books are, where I got the stickers for that one I just showed. So you can use anything for inspiration. Okay, Dee Dee used photos. So there you go. Okay. And Aunt Beck, being the on top of it little person that she is, have already done hers and got them to me. And she put all of them in these nice little holders. And I do go ahead and send them out just like they come in. She did the owl and the pussycat. And Aunt Beck drew hers. So she's got Zentangle around the borders, which I think is really cool. And of course, she had the same problem I was talking about, that the edges don't copy at home. So she just chose to fill them in black, which is perfectly acceptable, or do nothing, you know? Yeah, and there's no such thing as this crazy question. So I'm using pages out of a vintage Mother Goose book. Oh, cool, Jasper. Anyway, the owl and the pussycat, and I'll show it. Her drawings are so cute. Sailed away for a year and a day. And I like how she used like these little Zentangle patterns. The owl sang to the pussycat every night, bestowing words of her beauty. She followed suit and told him he was one handsome fowl. They decided to marry. Look at him in the boat. They've got, I don't know, little things. He's got like a ukulele. What an unusual pair. They arrived on the island where the bong tree grows. Bong tree? There's such a thing as a bong tree? To search for a ring. You get him? He cute. And there stood a piggy wig with a ring in the end of his nose. Look at that. The drawings are so adorable, Aunt Beck. Like that pig, I just want to kiss him. They were married the next day by the turkey that lived on the hill. They dined on mince and slices of quince. Look at, she even drew their little meal. They danced by the light of the moon. Becky McCauley, Aunt Beck. The little pig is adorbs, right? Peeping Owl and Pussycat. So, I mean, the thing is about this community, Missy, especially, I'm going to talk directly to you because you sound a little unsure. Here's the deal about this community that we belong to. We are fully, especially streamers, I think, are fully aware that we're all at a different place in this art journey that we've all decided to embark on. Yours is not going to be better. It's not going to be worse. It's not going to be judged at all. I think the thing is that we want to include people. We want you to feel like you belong. Doing this is great. You're going to get other people's artwork back. It's more about just participating, right? So I know I've missed a bunch of people coming in. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Barbara Clark. So don't judge yourself, because those of us that are participating and part of this community, we're not going to judge. We're going to encourage you to push yourself to do something that you've never done before. That's just it. So, yeah, if you've not done it before, give it a go. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? You're still going to get at least 5 pieces of art back, right? And yeah, you've used your imagination. I hear a lot of people in the community say, about not finishing projects or something like that. Well, this is something that you can do. It's one sheet of paper. You can complete it and participate. Just do it. So, and if it's not your thing, then don't participate, right? Hi, Anne. Hi, Mary. But that's one thing I think you'll find in this community is that we're all just very inclusive, and I've never heard anybody judge what somebody else does. Oh, they're not very good, or this one's better. I've just not ever heard it. And I've probably been part of this community for 10 years. I'm going to say 10 years. So any more questions before I move on? Pam has hers drawn and written. Just need to make copies and get them to you. Judgment-free zone for sure. Absolutely. Well, you have what? We are exactly 1 month from the deadline. So give it a week in the mail. Exactly, Kathy Arbor. It's all about just getting on the journey. And one nice thing about this community is I've gotten over worrying about what people think. But it's also a nice community where you can show your work, and we have some amazing artists, but everybody's different. Like, if I want to do watercolor, I'm going to go to Kathy Arbor channel. Dee Dee is so amazing at encouraging and inspiration, and she's just a damn good artist. And so in that respect, I think we're all lucky, and we should acknowledge that we are just lucky creatures to have found each other. Well, thank you, Sharon. You don't have to do that, but I appreciate it. So Beck, thank you for participating and letting me see your awesome little creation there, because it was very fun. And I do love the Zentangle things you kind of dropped in here and there. Hi, Painted Girl. So you guys know that I got this Alpha Beast book. Okay, this is really crazy because I bought this book because it was really cheap, $3.75 at Hobby Lobby on clearance, right? And I've had more fun with this. This is what started the Monster Journal. It created that little zine. And if any of you here want to see some other zines, I did finally find a bunch of mine. Well, then Ange came to my stream last week and was asking about the book that I've been working out of, the Alpha Beast, and she found this. You want me to show them? Okay. Oh, Lori, thank you. You're so sweet. I just want to hug you around the neck because I'm wonderful and hilarious. Look at this. Alphatoons. Yeah, thank you so much for supporting the channel. So look at the Draw Alphatoons. Oh, and it's the same, exact same content approach, where you start with a letter of the alphabet that everybody can grow or draw, and then add an element, blah, blah, blah. And I love step-by-step drawing. And I think for kids, it's amazing because it's not just copying that animal, right? It's the whole thought process to creating something of your own, I guess. Looks like I better get the card out. Terry, I knew you would just, I knew you would get sucked in. I'm blaming Ange for this one, though. But then I'm going to blame myself for what I did next. I like this guy's approach. His name is Steve Harpster. They weren't very expensive. But the reason I got into this was because of that $3.74 book. Now I'm into it, 50 bucks. What? I do like the book. So I will be drawing. Well, I actually have. When I got it, of course, I had to. Oops, I just dropped everything out in the back of the beast. Oh, no. So I did go ahead in the beast. Look, there's Cuckoo Chicken. And that ant just looks like, oh, I have to think of the perfect snark. So yeah, I've done, oh, this was painting along with Dee Dee the other day out of the 365 days in nature, I think. So look at them. They're so dang cute. They'll probably be on your envelopes when you get your stuff back. So yeah. Oh, and then I started the pig but haven't finished it yet. So I did sit down. I know, that chicken, right, Dee Dee? You wonder what the heck are you running from, dude? What are you running from? Terry sold. Well, I was going to say, I'm going to flip through it real quick. I need to move my camera out. Maybe the chicken needs to join Miss Titmouse. Yeah, because I don't want anybody to buy it sight unseen like I had to. But as soon as Ann showed it to me, it is on Amazon, yeah. And I don't know how many are left. Don't know anything about it. Let me just adjust this a little bit. So I'll just flip through it real quick so you can kind of see. Can you imagine the things that are coming out of these creatures' mouths? See, that's the part I like because it's crap that comes out of my mouth that most of the time I'm not going to take ownership of. Huge Harold. Just got your copy. You already bought this, Tracy? I set them right here, Dee Dee. Just so you guys can kind of see. I want you to see the finished product. That's a goober, right? Oh, I still got to come out a little bit on the camera. So there's people and other stuff in here as well. Me enabler, no. Tracy, don't even go there. This you blame on Ange. This is Ange's fault. Hi, Kathleen. You're happy to be. See, Kathleen, I think most people are happy to be a part of the community, and we're happy you're part of the community. You got your book last week. Oh my God. Now I wonder, look at this guy. He's at one of those free needle clinics. You know it. Y'all got free needles here? That's why I'm here. This is, now see this one, I would probably pair up with one of these people back here because you know this is your neighbor's dog that yapped endlessly. I'm hoping, Lori, I hope Ann starts streaming again. I think it would be really good for her. And she was really a good artist. Quentin the dog. See, like that, I could take that little dog and he could have fantastic adventures all the time. Giraffe. Anybody who thought they couldn't draw a giraffe, I promise you, you can draw that giraffe. And if you're new to drawing, it's worth giving it a stab because I love this. I mean, and I probably should show my art where I can really do art, but this is so much more fun. So I hope you're getting ideas of things that you want to draw. That was the pig I was going to draw next. Because that's what I felt like yesterday after we went out to eat. I way overate, you guys. I felt so miserable. Oh, try not to do that. It's so hard to do. You sneaky snake. So have I enabled you yet? Oh, look at a raccoon. I had a raccoon as a pet. I don't recommend it. They get very mean. Oh, look at the lion. I'll be drawing the lion later. Oh, sloth. I relate. I relate to this. It does look like fun, right, Tracy? Anyway, there's another giraffe. So that's all the enabling for right this minute. Because I also went ahead, and because I really like this guy, I did get drawing dragons with numbers, drawing wizards and warriors, and drawing awesome aliens. Now, I haven't drawn out of any of these yet because I got so enthralled with the Toon one that I went ahead and got these as well. I found my tribe, right, Dee Dee? No lie. Hi, Kathy Bird. So, yeah. So if you go on Amazon and look him up, you'll find tons. Those are in your cart, Terry. Dude, we get each other. All right. And so here's some zines. Now, I'm not going to make you watch all of them. But hi, Dorothy. This actually was not a zine swap. This was an ATC swap. So if any of you who are new here don't know what an ATC is, it's an artist trading card, and they measure 2.5 by 3.5. And the Jennifer McCracken was the host of this in 2017. And it was just Halloween or autumn ATC swap. So these were the zines, and then I just made a little bag. Now the little bag is just an extra. All you have to do for a swap is just the little 2.5 by 3.5 inch card. But I like the little trick or treat bag. So that was that. And then Dee Dee has shown this one a million times. This was a fairy tale zine swap, and Dee Dee hosted it. So it's very close to what we're doing with the Mother Goose thing. And then this is, I did the Ugly Duckling. Oops, I showed you the back before I showed you the front. I love ATC swaps too, Jasper. So it just, I decided, and y'all know the story of the Ugly Duckling, just to tell that story in my own words, and about the poor mother duck had an ugly duckling. So, and I did actually read the story and base this whole thing on that. So this one I did actually draw everything on it. This is my favorite page out of the whole book, other than the envelope. I really liked the envelope. I thought that was really clever because Sometimes I just got to pat myself on the bad back. And then the ugly duckling comes out as a swan, right? And that was in 2014, Dee Dee. God. So that was another swap that we did. Okay, and this one, while I was digging through trying to find these things, this was my prototype to kind of give me an idea. And you may want to do this. Get an idea of what you want to cover, what your pictures are going to be. And then you have your final to go ahead and get it all finalized. So I usually always do a prototype of all the zines. So I was really glad that I found that, because usually I just throw those away. This was another one we did. I think Dee Dee hosted this one as well. Usually I put it on there. Yeah, it was My Environment Zine Swap, and we did this one also in 2014. Hi, Flo. So a zine is a little book. It's just a little story. This one was, the theme was My Environment, and you could interpret that any way you wanted. So as most of you know, I live on Monkey Island, which is right about in the middle of a man-made lake in the northeast corner of Oklahoma called Grand Lake of the Cherokees. And I moved here in 1996. Yeah, I bought it in 95 and moved in 96 from Denver, Colorado. Well, Boulder. So I just wrote a little bit about Grand Lake is located in the northeast corner of Oklahoma. It exists primarily for power generation. Pensacola Dam is said to be the longest multiple arch dam in the world at 5,145 feet with 51 arches. It's about 1,300 miles of shoreline with a surface area of 46,500 acres. Life here revolves around the lake. I'm glad fate brought me to this beautiful place. And it was how I ended up here, really was quite crazy. Very, very crazy. I'm fortunate to share my life here with my mate, Robert, and our boss, Roxy. Roxy has since passed away. Roxy was the biggest pain in the ass you've ever seen. She was just, I loved the hell out of her, but she was not a nice cat. That is a picture of the front of my house. Got a circle drive. And then this is the back of my house, looking out the back door with a little boat dock and a sea-doo in it. These are the birds that I typically see regularly. We do have eagles, mostly cardinals, herons, pelicans, and hummingbirds. The hummingbirds this year are crazy. Oh my gosh, they're eating me out of house and home. And then we are on the monarch butterfly migration route. So yeah. And then for each of these, I tell funny stories. And then these are the wildlife that we see. See a lot of foxes, deer, skunks, snakes. Yeah. But then I went ahead and told funny stories about each one of these places, how I ended up here. When I first got here, I'd never been in a place where herons lived. And we built the dock and put it down on the lake, right? And one day I went down there and there was a huge pile of crap. And I'll just read this story. The large and varied bird population found on Monkey Island, from the beautiful cardinals, the pelican migration, we're on the pelican migration route too, and the eagles are a constant source of enjoyment. One day many years ago, I went down to the dock to discover a large pile of dung on it. I couldn't imagine who or what would have done that. I was perplexed. One day while I was sitting on the deck, I watched as a big blue heron came and landed on the roof of the dock. Mystery solved. So my advice to you is not to complain about some bird droppings on your windshield. It could be a heron, because honestly, they crap like crazy. Another time I got stranded on the bridge going into Bernice because there was so many monarch butterflies that I didn't want to kill them. And part of that story is I've also learned that Okies will put discarded cans in the hands of dead armadillos, but not before asking, I wonder what's in those cans. Down at the corner of our road, it's like a Y kind of, and there's a little island there, and there was 2 dead armadillos. And when they die, they turn over, right? And their little arms stick up like this. And in one of the armadillo's hands was like a beer can, and the other one was a Coca-Cola can. And I asked my husband at the time, I said, I wonder what's in those cans that kills the armadillos. And as soon as the words came out, I wanted to hit myself in my own head. Because Okies will actually do that. Okies will stop their car, get out, pick up an old can, and shove it in the dead armadillo's arms. That is insane. Moving here from Colorado, I never imagined that people would actually do that, but they do. And then this was, well, what I say, from 2014. This was a funny story. About a month ago, I was out in the greenhouse and noticed the very distinct odor of skunk. Upon further inspection, I realized he was right outside the door, and the business end was aimed in the direction of my path back to the house. I figured he'd move on, so I waited. After a while, I pounded on the window, and he wasn't budging. My phone was in the house, so I waited some more. Finally, I decided to run for it. Fortunately, he was preoccupied, and I didn't get sprayed. The next day, we discovered that he had dug up and eaten an entire clutch of turtle eggs. So that's just another zine about my environment, because after all, it is all about me. So those were for swaps. And then this one I just did for the hell of it, I guess. I don't know. I haven't seen you since that time I hoped I'd never seen. Oh, this was the quotable quarterly. It's pretty snarky, actually. I haven't seen you since that time I hoped I'd never see you again. This one's really easy. I use Zentangle in the background and just stamped images. So I drew the Zentangle. I'm not sure where I got the quotes from. I didn't write them, obviously. Thou shalt not whine. Caution, mood swings in progress. Oh, really? You know what that sounds like? Not my problem. I'm sorry, I don't remember ordering a glass of your opinion. I ate healthily and exercised today. I better freaking wake up skinny. As long as everything is exactly the way I want it, I'm totally flexible. So that was just one I did. And then Dee Dee gave us out homework not very long ago. And my topics, you had to make a zine out of, I don't know if it was like 3 things. I know mine was praying mantis, bed, and Hawaii. No, it was 5 things because it was teacher too. I had to do praying mantis, teacher, Hawaii, and bed, and maybe that was it. I don't remember. I'm sure you guys remember though. So I did a praying mantis coconut telegraph and picked a little town in Hawaii and then just drew and wrote the whole thing. So this one was kind of funny too. I like them when they're funny because that's half of the enjoyment for me. You want me to read it? Okay. This is the praying mantis coconut telegraph serving the Poipu community from May of 2021. So this is just over a year ago. And Dee Dee handed out the assignments, right? So mine was local student expelled. Paco, a student at the local grammar school, has been suspended for jumping on his bed during the Zoom schooling. Oh, that's right. It was COVID, so everybody was doing schooling from home. So he was jumping on his bed. Miss Millie, the nutrition teacher, said multiple warnings had been given. She stated further that Paco will be the death of me, providing that the frog gang doesn't get her first. And that will be explained later. So yeah, here's Paco jumping on his leaf bed. Beauty contest winner announced. The Poipu Beauty Contest Committee is proud to announce that Miss Penelope Mantodia, I think, it's a type of praying mantis, has been awarded the crown. The judges said that the choice was clear, one stating that her double-spined murder clamps were beyond compare. Penelope's mother, Precious, while sobbing with joy, exclaimed, "I almost wish I hadn't eaten her father at conception. I know he would be so proud." That's just me being sick. We were able to locate one of her 10,421 siblings. Paco interrupted his bed jumping long enough to display a gagging reflex when informed of his sister's crowning. Penelope will represent Poipu in neighboring communities, promoting her platform of eliminating frog gangs as well as world peace. Congratulations. And here's the teacher profile, because I had to do teacher too. This week, we profile Miss Millie, the nutrition teacher at our grammar school. Her emphasis is teaching our youngest to avoid the sugar-laden aphids and opt for the high fiber and protein found in grasshoppers. Miss Millie is in her 5th month of her anticipated 12-month lifespan. You know the thing I liked about her? I made her eyes asymmetrical, so didn't she look like a nutrition teacher? Wanted, dead or alive, $5,000 reward. Pello Bates, frog gang leader. Red-eyed mantis sighted. A rare specimen of the elusive red-eyed mantis was seen at the local flea market. Warning to all male mantis, do not attempt to breed this mantis. Help wanted, babysitter. Contact Paco's mom. 1-800-BAD-KIDS. Teacher, school year 2022. Miss Millie's lifespan is expected to expire in August. Beach cleanup. Must be willing to pick up liquefied jellyfish. 1-800-GROSS-OUT. Counselor, working with beach cleanup crews. 1-800-FIX-KIDS. Photographer, fixing the photos in the Coconut Telegraph. Just look. And then the little ad for 1-800-MY-BED. Picked fresh daily. Leafbed.com. Hands in the air like you just don't care. I don't know where the original is of this, but that mantis didn't copy very good. But oh well. Oh, I probably sent the original to Dee Dee. So that's one. And then Inspiration Studio. Oh, this was for, I did this for Barb Owen. Dee Dee, when she lost her husband last December, Dee Dee got a book from Helen Cole. It's a pass-around book and very inspirational. So I did this zine for Barb Owen, and it was one of a kind. I think Dee Dee may have it, or maybe I only sent her the one for Barb, but I did keep a copy. And this is, that is in fact, well, I redrew it, but that's artwork off of Barb Owen's book, Creating Faces. Long Live the Ugly Woman. You have to kind of be a viewer of Barb's to understand that. Her husband was a carver, and he carved a really, really ugly woman. This is her book, or the inspiration card deck, Mandala Madness. Do Not Dispose of Curious George. That was a funny story that she told about her husband, very close to his death. There's a picture of Barb, because Barb does lost relatives. That's where I learned about just putting a blob of watercolor. We could do that someday, because that is really fun. But yeah, that's Barb. This is Barb's 2 cats, No Drama Friday. And she streams at 2:00 Eastern every Friday afternoon. And she ends her show every week saying, get creative today, because you know it's easy. So that was just a zine for Barb. I'm glad I kept a copy. And then the rest of these, I've just done a bunch of them. Sock Monkey Centennial, that was about Dee Dee. There's Coffee and Art Times. That's Dee Dee's. That was 2017, Dee Dee. This is 2016, 2017. That was for Dee Dee's birthday. International Fibs Gazette. Oh, this one was about Lena, about her damn clean oven and her stripper blow-up doll. Need a stripper? Call Roy. Get Well Gazette. This was for, oh, A lot of these we put together in late night streams. Okay, that was for Ange. Here's a Halloween one, and I put this in an envelope apparently as well. Okay, I did the same one. So I don't know if that was the final one or not. I keep stuff around here that and then a few months later have no memory. Zero memory. Okay, and this is the monster one that Dee Dee's been showing about the zine swap. I don't know where the original is for that one either. And then these are just some ATCs I found. My ATCs. Okay, that I made for different people. And then this was also an ATC swap. I really enjoyed this one. That actually, the Santa suit is actually a Kleenex. And then inside the little envelope, there's a little note. Probably says, "Bite me." Dear Santa, define good. Yeah, I suppose you wouldn't write "bite me" to Santa, would you? That would mean you get coal. All right, what else is this? Just blank zines, I guess. So there you go. Did you get your fill of zines and ATCs? I'm sure I have hundreds of this stuff, you guys. Just so much of it. But those are the ones that I was able to find. Observation tip to the zine, make a cute envelope for it. Well, you don't have to. I might have for mine, but you don't have to. Oh, that one goes with, oh, I remember what that one goes to. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's fun looking back at the old zines. You know, it makes me think of how long we've been doing this. And I hope I haven't missed a bunch of you coming in. Did I say hi to Flo? I think I did. Yeah, the Barb Owen zine, Barbara, I like that one too. Because I've been watching Barb for, God, years as well, you know. So I'm just flipping back through chat real quick. Hi, Kelly. Thank you. All right, I didn't miss too many. All right. If I missed something in chat, just repeat it. Thank you, Keisha. All right, so I did that. And I thought today I'm going to start a new journal because I have 500 unfinished ones, so why not start another one? But I think it was more, I just wanted to play with my ephemera. And I need to go through mine and organize it better because, Dee Dee, I don't want to hear anything when you look at this, okay? Please don't say, what the heck? Because I teased Dee Dee endlessly about her buckets of crap. Well, I'm going to make a journal with the covers very much like this. This was a box that I got some art supplies in, and the box was so good. Do you guys ever get boxes that are so good that you feel like you just want to keep them? So that's what this was. And now I've really got this camera all messed up. Let me go back over here and see where I'm at. All right, there we go. So, yeah, so I need to make a new journal for myself because I only have 500 unfinished ones. And I ended up loving this so much that after I did this box, I redid my pencil holder. I think my scavenger hunt cover was like this. But I buy all this really cool ephemera and then don't really use it. So I'm going to use it today. And this is what I ended up throwing in the box. What is this? Oh, this was from Dee Dee. that I threw in the box. It's got little people on it. Do I keep it in the plastic or don't I? No, I think I just have to go like this. Because this is like the ultimate bucket. Oh, crap, right? Hi, Jeannie. So you guys in chat, tell me, what all do you do with your ephemera? Because this, keeping it like this makes me really nervous, but I can't think of a better way. Because then, and before I had this box, okay, I moved the box. I had two of these where I just threw stuff in. Well, I know I had one. This is the newest one. What the heck? I am going to break it out by things that are vellum and stuff like that. Make a journal envelopes, tuck in whatever you want. Thank you, Michelle. Hi. You have a dresser full plus 2 Tupperware containers. Look at it and then don't use it. Oh, I love you guys. You're making me feel so much better about my bad self. Not like that. I'd panic myself, but you do you. Oh my God. So anyway, yeah, this is all the stuff. And I love all of it. Don't get me wrong. But this kind of organization doesn't work well with my brain. I'm just telling you. So I've got to find out a better way. But for today, I'm just going to use it. And then there's another one that's more full than that. You know I'm not going to say anything. Dee Dee, you're going to say something. You're just going to wait and tell me later. I used to keep them in their original, not now. Too much stuff. Yep, Jeannie, see, that's the thing. You would hate it here. Well, Tracy, I'd be more like Denise, okay? This is how I would be. I wouldn't judge you, but I would certainly offer to help. Hey, if you need help. So the way I start ending up with something like this is I usually start with a piece like this one. You can tell I started with a piece of script paper. So if I don't cover every inch, it's okay because there's something in the background that's vintage and old and it kind of ties it all together, right? So yeah. So I thought this time, because I didn't do it while Dee Dee was streaming, I thought the background I would just do a piece of pattern paper and then throw junk on top of it, right? She would follow us around with a can of Lysol. Well, I'd make you empty your damn paint water, that's for sure. No, I honestly, something like that, I would go to Hobby Lobby and buy you a new one and then quietly switch it out when you weren't looking. Throw the old one away. But your solution was good, Dee Dee. I got to pick up all this junk I dumped. Put it in the back of the beast. Okay. So let's get a glue brush. I don't know which glue brush I want. I think I'll use the big one. No comment. Your ephemera is thrown in a box. Yeah, I see. That's what I'm saying, Dee Dee, is your solution worked so that one can go through the dishwasher, because I have a rule in this house that if it can't live through a trip through the dishwasher or the washing machine, it can't live here. So that means like heirloom things that you got from your grandma and stuff, it has to be in totes in the basement because, yeah, I don't want to put that stuff in the washing machine, but that's where it's going to end up. I'm looking for some deli paper to keep the matte medium. off the inside pages, because you know that's where it's going. As soon as I get the matte medium out, you know that's where it's going. There. So hopefully now I won't booger everything up. Okay, and I want it folded over. Oh, man, half is just gonna do it. You're a digger, you like digging. See, I'm not. Well, for this kind of project, it's not like you have a lot of options, you know, because I don't have any preference for what ends up on here necessarily. No ruler, not for this, because I'm going to cover it all. But Tracy, if you want, I'll get the ruler out. I'm not opposed to doing that. But in this case, not. This is fine. Only because it's going to be covered, though. This is just the background. Okay, here's another question for you guys. When you have pattern papers and you have this much left, do you keep it or do you throw it away? And then I'll tell you what I do. What's the cover made of? It's cardstock, thin, but very rigid. But I know the way I use it. Yeah, I'd have it trashed out in a matter of minutes, probably. Keep? Are you crazy? Okay, see, I don't keep it. I'll use this, like if the back is white, I might make notes on it or something, but I don't have a designated scrap box. Yeah, I just don't. But you guys apparently keep it. But you'll use it. See, I can't imagine myself going back and using it. Just saying. My friend keeps hers. Oh. And years ago, Carol was Sunset Carol, right? Told us about keeping our matte medium in a dishwasher bottle, and I have to say that was one of the best pieces of advice anybody's ever given me. If it's smaller than it, okay, if it's smaller than HTC, you get rid of it. Scraps, what's that? You mean what's left? Well, mine goes to the Austin. Yeah, see, Lori, you and I get each other. Sometimes I think, if anything's going to make me feel nervous, then just don't deal with it. Just don't deal with it. I'll be a little careful around the edges. I don't want it on the inside pages, right? Oh, I forgot to get a card out. I'll do that. Wow, it's drying really quick. All right, let's get it down on here first. Okay, let me get a card out real quick. I forgot to do that. Hi, Kathy. By using the card, you get rid of the potential air bubbles under there, right? This one has enough excess. I might not have to put any more on. Whoops. Get the edges good though, because if it starts peeling at the edges, you're really going to be pissed off at yourself. I try not to do stuff that's going to make me really pissed off at myself. I don't always succeed, but I try. Most of this is going to be covered, so don't worry at this point. But I smushed out a bunch at the edge, right? So you got to move that right away, or you're going to have a mess on you. You are brave to slap it on your book. Well, Dee Dee, I think I had a brain fart there for a minute, honestly. And I will be doing the inside as well, but I'll probably use like tissue paper or something on it. I won't do the collage on the inside. I'll just give it like a bookend page or something. And if you don't remove this right away, it's going to glue itself on. Woohoo! But I didn't get any on the pages, so I'm happy for that. Now I'm going to cut that and trim it down. Just trying to think, do I want to, I think I'm going to turn this one over. And then I'll hit it with a heat gun. Miter the little corners. So by doing that, that edge is already taken care of. So that's a cool thing. This one, I don't think it's big enough, so I'm going to trim it off. And I have a whole bunch of these used deli sheets that I just use over and over. When they get too messed up, too much glue and stuff on them, I just trash them. Pile of fresh and a pile of used. Oops. Just be a little careful there at the center. Sweet. And the book plate on the inside will go edge to edge, so I'm not particularly worried. If I have to paint that edge, that won't bother me. See this one? Oh, okay. I did the excess on this edge so I can roll it over. This one I'm just going to trim the whole thing. Probably ought to get a fresh X-Acto blade, but we're just going to work with this one. Cool. Let's go ahead and do the spine real quick. I'll cut this one off. Because by having the seam already done, when I start putting the ephemera on it, I can cover up the seam so you won't be able to see it. So glad I don't get to see your dirty paint water. I don't have dirty paint water, Keisha. That's one thing I don't have. And it's okay. I don't feel bad about it. Yeah, there's no dirty paint water in my world. Well, maybe temporarily if I'm working on something, but as soon as I'm done, yeah, paint water gets gone. Paintbrushes get washed. Don't mind matte medium on this side because it's all going to be covered anyway, or a lot of it. Mess with it while it's wet. Get rid of all the wrinkles. And if that little bit of white bothers you, just get brown pen or something, cover it up. I'm going to cover it so it won't matter to me. Right, right. I hope I didn't miss. I have some gaffer tape, Dee Dee. She doesn't have dirty water. I roll. I don't, Dee Dee. I don't leave my water. I don't leave water standing. Because you know what grows in standing water, Dee? Amoebas. You don't want amoebas in your room. That's why I don't leave standing water. I took science and I saw those creepy critters that live in standing water. It's like pond scum. And then after you get pond scum, all kinds of creatures move in. And they look like they come from the swamp. All right, let's pick out some ephemera. There are amoeba everywhere. Michelle, you don't want to tell me that. Or maybe I don't want you to tell me that, but don't tell me that amoebas live everywhere. I know there are no amoebas in my well because the health department wouldn't let me drink it if there were. All right, here's the other one. Oh, this one's got all kinds of crazy stuff in it. This has even three-dimensional. We won't be using those. Let me see if there's anything in here first. Oh, I know how this one got started. This one got started from a, yeah, I don't think there's much in here. This was, here's my BFF. This started because of the scavenger hunt. We could use some tissue paper here and there. I'm just picking out stuff. But yeah, there's felt stuff in here. There's dimensional stuff. I will never use some of this stuff, you guys. Oh my God. Okay, one thing I did do was use some of that, and I like that because it's colorful. Occasionally you need stuff that's just colorful. Let's see what's in this. Is that vellum? Vellum will not work well with matte mediums, so don't use vellum. No, those are peely things. Okay, you can maybe use some of that. So I'm mostly looking for just colorful things. Yeah, this is stuff that I won't be using, I'm pretty sure. Got some butterflies. Oops. Won't use the frog. Here's a little ladybug. We'll use a little ladybug. He's cute, right? I won't use him, but he's cute. This was off of somebody's stationery that they sent me. I just thought it was pretty, so I kept it. There's some text paper. What the heck is this? Look what I found. I didn't even remember I had. A little journal in here. I wonder if I bought that. Jeez. All right, we'll use the other. Oh, there's some stuff I made too. I might use one of those. All right. I can put this stuff away now. And I'll look in the ephemera box because this is the stuff that I really like. More stuffs. That would be called a sticker. The monkey? Yeah, the monkey's awesome. He takes care of all that ephemera in there. That's his job. Got flowers and ladybugs. Let's look what's in here. Oop, go back with your buddy over there. I wonder if somebody sent me some of this stuff. This looks like travel stuff. It's too big though. Time Traveler, Silver Dollar City. I don't mind having one of the coupons though. Dee Dee's just bugging me in chat, isn't she? Yep. She's definitely not going to get a raise or a good review this year. It's been a long time since I've looked in any of this either, you guys. Jeez. I do like stuff like that. Little postcards and any of this will work just fine. I like that. And because the book itself has such a dark cover, yeah, how cool that is. I don't want dark things, right? I want maybe lighter stuff. I'll need to find some floral stuff too. Peely things, stickers. See, and that's another thing. I need to separate out the stickers and, you know, because I won't trust the sticker stuff. I won't use any of that, I'm pretty sure. Use that. Oh, this is the ones I like. They got flowers and mushrooms and all kinds of stuff in here. This one. We're collecting up a good bunch of junk here. Oh, yeah. This is what I'm talking about. All right. This I'll just leave in a pile and pick it out. Whatever's left, it'll go back at the end. All right. Anything in there I think is game. And I'll use a couple of these. I did order these. I'm pretty sure. It has vellum in it. So word of the wise, no vellum. I like these kind of travel posters things. And I can get out and use any of those stickers out of the sticker book. So I probably will be looking in there. I like that one. That one's really cute. Hollyhocks. And the rest of it's too big. Look at this. I like this one. How to draw cursive. I really like that one. But not for this. All right. I'm going to talk to you guys for a minute. Read your chat. See what you're saying. See what bad crap Dee Dee's talking about me now. Woohoo! No. Can just wait, and then this is just all the stuff I'm just going to dig into. I don't think she said what for. A journal needs to be used. Well, no, Barbara, don't get some crazy idea. Hi, by the way. No, don't get any crazy idea that a journal has to have a function. No, sometimes you just do it because you can. Okay. I'm going to build up a little bit more of this background. I don't know. I'm not going to use all of it, obviously, but yeah. Now we just start. Yep. Got to put more deli paper. Oh, one thing I was going to tell you guys, you know that zine that I did, that I started last week that I showed you, the Humpty Dumpty one? Those backgrounds, that was all done with pan pastels. I got my pan pastels out and played with them, which was really, really fun. And the reason I thought about that is something on there made me think that's pan pastel. I forget to get out and use them, but they're very fun to play with. So that was one thing I did last week. I'll start by covering up that seam there. So if I thought it was going to bother me, it won't. The heavier weight paper, I will go ahead and smush down. Good. What? Barb and Janet have just gone to town. What? This stuff I don't care about because it's a lot of it's just going to end up in the background. You're not going to see what it is. You won't care. But I try and keep, you know, a little bit of the same color throughout the whole thing. Kind of, for whatever reason, it ends up just tying it all together. Maybe just one of those little drawings will peek through. You never know till it's all said and done. Don't worry. They know what they speak of. Yeah, I get that, Barb. I totally get it. Tissue paper you don't have to be so fussy about. I love working with tissue paper. Awesome stuff. And I'll trim it all later. You know what? On some of this, The paper has multiple plies, so if you can tear the plies apart and work with the just part of it, it makes it easier.
You're awful busy.
I am awful busy entertaining these freaks in chat.
Okay.
Okay. Stamps and stuff like that, I'll save for the very top layer. Since Robert Vaughn can't terrorize me, I think he's going out to terrorize the neighbors. Actually, I do need to make some new coffee dyed papers. I think I've used a lot of mine up. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. That's why I don't use the card after about the first layer, because you'll start peeling stuff up. So Market Got's coffee dyed papers. I actually think I've seen that there, Keisha, but normally what I do is I have some old encyclopedias that were Robert's mother's when he was a kid. So they're already kind of old and crinkly. And then when I have a little bit of coffee left in the pot, I just put them in a, what do you call it? A cookie sheet. Pour the coffee over, leave it for 3 or 4 days until literally the coffee evaporates. I just set it out in the greenhouse or something. So it's like I'm using junk that I already have around here, have had forever. Another good thing is this was actually wrapping paper, map wrapping paper. And I use it primarily for color. That's another really good thing to use for collage like this. And since I got this new computer, I mean, I was having a little bit of trouble before with YouTube notifications, but with this new computer, I really got to go in and figure out the damn notification thing, because I have stopped getting notifications. I didn't get one for Dee Dee this morning. I mean, you got dirty coffee water. Only when there's a little bit left in the pot, Keisha. But I pour it out before I ever make coffee a second time and wash the pot. See, this one's a little bit thick. I wish I could peel it apart. I'm going to see. And I just cut my fingernails, so I don't have fingernails to use anymore. I hope this one I can keep in one piece though. And then I'm gonna grab some stickers out of the sticker book. See, I like stuff like that. That is very cool looking. Yep. No, the mushrooms and bugs and stuff, I save that to the end. This is all just background junk right now. All right. After I just put glue on the back of it, I'm going to peel that off. It just smushes together better if you can peel the plies. Maybe what I ought to do, Keisha, is make some of my own, because the dictionary paper from Robert's Mother's Encyclopedias are really, it's very cool. They have a lot of hand-drawn diagrams in them. Whatever your subject. Oh, that one didn't work so good. But yeah, most of the illustrations in them are all hand-drawn, and that's something I really, really like about using those old dictionaries. And I think I've got like 5 of them. And I don't feel bad about using them in the art because she obviously used them a lot. And they're not precious in any way. The binding is just a mess. If they were going to be valuable, they'd have to be rebound. Like the money that would have to go into them to make them saleable. Yeah, you just wouldn't put that much money into them. So I don't feel bad tearing them apart. Robert has no idea we even have them. So and they have I keep them in the storeroom because you know how old paper kind of gets, that it's not really, well, I guess it may be kind of musty or something, but it just smells like old paper. And I'm not really crazy about that. But then after you do the coffee dye on them, no more stinky. Hey, Cat and Paste. Brilliant use of also. Yeah. Yeah. And hers are really old. I mean, she was born in 1920. So, yeah. Like they're 100-year-old books, or almost. I mean, she probably didn't get them until she could read. I'm going to use that specimen just the way it is. She was an only child, Robert's mother. Well, Robert was an only child too. You can tell by the stuff that she had that she was uber spoiled. Uber spoiled. We'll cut that. And I never met his mother before she got dementia. But a weird thing, those of you who have been around a while knew about my little friend, my neighbor, little Mary, that I just love so much. Went and drank coffee with every day. we were looking at old yearbooks or something. I don't know. But we discovered that little Mary and Robert's mother went to the same high school, graduated the same year, and probably knew each other. Which maybe isn't all that unusual. I mean, Tulsa wasn't that populated way back then, but by then, of course, Robert's mother had dementia, so I couldn't ask her if she remembered little Mary. But little Mary did remember Roberta. So that was really interesting. Oh, I hope this one. Oh, well, I got enough of it just for the color. Because I want to put a specimen on the specimen card. Because that one I will probably try and preserve at least a good portion of it. Here's a butterfly chart. I'm going to see if I can tear it apart. But if I can't, I'll just use it the way it is. There we go. Yeah, baby. Looks like it's going to work. I want to add. All right. That would be the front of the book. All right. That's fine. I don't care if it's upside down. I tend to ignore the edges, so I've got to not do that. I wish I had more of this wrapping paper. I really like the colors. Robert was named after his mom. Yeah, he was. Robert and Roberta. Both spoiled, rotten brats. And I'm not even kidding you. Robert was a terribly spoiled brat. But the nice thing about Robert is when he gets that only child kind of attitude, all I have to say to him is, dude, you are so acting like an only child right now. Because remember, I came from a family of 7. So there was no special treatment or anything. Like, you had to think about other people. And I think I've told you guys, like in my family, I asked my brother one time, when you live in a big family, and I'm not sure how my parents did this, but when you come from a big family, you never, or at least I never did, but then I asked all of my siblings and they were the same way. I don't think we were ever told this, by our parents. I'm not sure how we each got this idea in our heads, but, and it's true to this day, you never eat the last of anything. And I asked my brothers, and none of them, they'll all say the same thing. Even in their own household, where they're buying the groceries, they never eat the last one of anything. I will commonly throw the last one of something away before I'll eat it, because I guess mom and dad just made us think, save some for your brother, or save some, for somebody else. You don't get it all. We never had to worry about, like, I don't want to say it never happened, but like, your siblings wouldn't steal your stuff. Like, if I had a candy bar, I didn't have to worry about somebody going in my room and stealing it. That just wouldn't have happened in my world. Well, Robert never even had to consider that because he never had to share. Everything was his. So we had to share everything. So yeah, that was kind of funny. But I asked my brother, like, will you eat the last of anything? Never. I would never eat the last of anything. I'm not kidding. A package of cookies, that last one would sit there forever. And I think when I lived at home, I think my dad always ate the last one of everything. But us kids, we never ate the last one of anything. And we all think that's really odd now. Like, how did we learn that? I have no clue. Oh, one thing I will do when this is all done, I will paint it with a coat of stain matte medium. I'll put some vintage photo ink or something in it. Oh well, let it go. Has to be just the right background. Okay. And usually about 3 or 4 layers is plenty. And there's obviously enough there if I can't pick it up real easy. And we did always ask before taking the last piece. Yeah, it's a big family thing. It really is. And I think people from big families just approach life a little differently than only children, for sure. My mother was an only child. And talk about spoiled. Her parents were fairly well off. Very well off. Let's don't kid anybody about that. So she was unusual in that she never had to consider anybody else. She got her way. It was, and then having a big family, she still had her only children ways. And I think that's how I can deal with Robert, is because he's very much like my mother when it comes to decision making, especially. All right, I'm gonna get out which one. I'm going to get the antiquarian out. I think that was the first one. The problem with the stickers is they have borders around them. But we won't worry about that. We're going to use some cherries. I'm just going to flip through here and pick out some. Because keep in mind, they won't stay this way. The vintage photo matte medium will fix them right up. And I've never used stickers on it before, so we're just going to see. I may hate it. And if I do, I'll glue something on top of it. Won't bother me. I'm going to try not to use people out of here. But the flowers and everything else, fair game. Or just something for color, you know? Bugs. Let's use a bug. I'm not going to trust that sticker on the back of the... Oh, he can go that way. He found his home. He likes it there. That's where he's living. When you put something next to something that's kind of heavier, you really got to get that crease or it will want to pop up. Jasper, I'm the middle child too. I think middle children are just the best. Easy to get along with. Are you guys buying my BS? Put a seashell there, so I think about mom. You're not what? Put a big secret in the middle. A big secret. Big secret in the middle. I'll put a little pansy on there. So when I look at the pansy, I'll think of Dee Dee and her grandmother. It's amazing how much you end up knowing about people that you watch regularly, right? I'm trying to think of a secret, Dee Dee. Put a skeleton in there. All my skeletons in my closets. Just looking, flipping through here. Just the word on the cover. Oh, okay. I can do that. It's a secret. And there's a yellow rose. Sometimes I don't even care what it is. I just pick it because of the color. Just pops of color here and there are really, really good. stamps, like I just keep all the mail I get that has postage on it. I just tear it off and keep it like in here. Like we'll use that American stamp. And it's all canceled and everything, but it makes really, really good ephemera. I like American flags. Where do we want that? We'll put it down here in the center. Oh, my hands are going to be so hard to clean. Yes, Dee Dee, I will stain the whole thing when I'm done, just like I did with that box. I'll just take some matte medium and put, I have a re-inker. Or no, actually it's, I'll just show it to you real quick. It's a little bottle of vintage photo distress ink. Add a couple of drops of this into matte medium, and you can turn anything vintage easily. I've still got quite a bit of that dark brown. That's kind of how I decide when I'm done is, okay, I don't see much of that dark brown anymore. And there's enough other elements to give it some interest. I don't mind a little bit of brown here and there. That's kind of what ties it all together, but I don't like lots of it. I hope you guys are yakking in chat. I'm not sure how interesting it is for you guys to watch this, but it's what I wanted to do. So it really is pretty much all about me. Yeah. You got kicked offline, Dorothy? Well, maybe you ought to just pay the bills or be nicer. I don't know. My fingers are starting to get sticky, and using them is getting more difficult all the time. There we go. Got it. Anything that hangs over, I'll go ahead and cut off. Probably won't wrap it around. I'll just see how much bulk there is before I decide that. So I'd try and be a little bit careful on the edge that I don't end up with heavyweight stuff. If it's lightweight, like this tissue paper, I can wrap it around easy. But anything that's a little bit thicker than that, yeah, it gets pretty hard to wrap around. So I'm a little careful on the edges. That's why this edge, I'll trim it flush. Want something, do I want a butterfly or a piece of a butterfly? Let's see. Okay, this one, I like this one. Well, we're going to use it full strength. And you think there gets so many layers of matte medium. When it's all said and done, you won't even notice. All right, I'm trying to come up with an original thought, maybe because it's Monday. Your zine has no real direction yet. Usually the way mine happen is it's one idea. It just takes one idea. A lot of times I think the reason I do a newspaper format or a little book format or something like that is because I enjoy telling stories or writing stories or creating creatures that have a past, something unusual. I guess it doesn't matter which one you pick, but I mean, you could just use the nursery rhyme as it is, but okay, let's just pick one. Old Mother Hubbard, I think would be a really interesting one to do. Because you could take off on her dog, you know, what did he do to deserve a treat or not deserve a treat or whatever, you know, like just take one element and expand on it, you know, just use your imagination. Or another thing that I think is useful no matter what you're trying to do creatively is do a mind map, you know, like use some element of the nursery rhyme and mind map it. And boy, it won't be long before you have more ideas than you probably know what to do with. Whether you start with an animal, a color, a location, a career. I mean, just honestly, I can't tell you guys how valuable that whole mind map thing that Dee Dee teaches is. It will get you out of your funk faster than any other thing. And your imagination, before it's all said and done, will, at least mine does, will be going crazy. Mind mapping to me is probably one of the most beneficial things you can do to get off of dead center. Dee Dee, am I not right? And it's not because I'm promoting Dee Dee or anything else. It's just when she talks about that and talks about the value of that when it comes to creativity, she is absolutely not lying. Because it's your imagination that's going to expound on any of those individual items that your brain pops up. Okay, something like this. I don't like the people. I'm not a huge people person. I don't put people hardly in anything at all. But I was thinking somewhere Maybe I moved it when I cleaned out. Wouldn't that be just the way I do things? Nope, there it is. If I want just little pops of color. That one's not very big. It'll work though. I'll get the bigger one out. Doesn't have to be anything. It's just a little pop of color and your brain will fill in the rest. Oh, now that one, I am going to use, look at the way it cut out. I got just her face. I am going to use just her face down here. Dee Dee wasn't listening, I guess. Show an example of mind map. Dee Dee's got tons of them. But, okay, let's just do a color. Let's do yellow. Okay, so on a piece of paper, just write yellow or use the color, you know, use a sample of the color, whatever it is that you want to go crazy on. Sit there and think up all the things you can think of that are yellow in color. Okay, so let's just think about it. Okay, you could start with the sun. All right, you guys help Jasper by thinking up things that are yellow. A lemon, the sun, geez, a sucker could be yellow. Just make yourself think of everything that's yellow. And I would say, don't cheat and go on the internet and look stuff up. Egg yolk, that's a good one. Buttercup, yes, certain flowers, sunflower, daisy, sunflower, pansy, rain jacket. Look at Michelle. She's on it. Banana is yellow. So that will get you started, but then go ahead and, okay, butter is yellow. Then take off, you can start from, pick one of those. Okay, butter. What do you think of when you think of butter? You know, just, and you don't have to set a limit, but set a limit of, say, 5 to 6 things. Okay, I don't want to completely cover that up, so I need something smaller. But that's how you mind map, is you just start, it's almost like an outline, where you start with one topic and the next thing you know, you're a mile down the road. Yellow-bellied sapsuckers, there you go. Saffron, butter, yummy. So jaundice, what are we doing? Naming what? Random words. No, we're talking about mind mapping. Taking one word or one topic and expanding on it to get your imagination kind of flowing and working. And it works. I mean, when you just kind of get in the idea of thinking, okay, what's yellow? All the things I can think of that are yellow. School buses, okay? So take school bus. And then if you start expanding on school bus, okay, there you've got a driver, you've got children, you've got no seat belts, which how in the hell have we ever allowed that to happen? But we did. You know what I'm saying is just you can take school bus and probably the rest of the day come up with ideas around school bus. And Dee Dee is unbelievably good at it. Unbelievably good. And she does it with us a lot, you know, kind of making us think outside the box. A taxi cab, right? Okay, take taxi cab. How could you expound on that? Is you've got the driver, you've got different passengers all day long. You could name those passengers. You could come up with the careers of those passengers. You could come up with what was left in that taxi cab in the last week. How much money did that taxi cab make? How many miles did it go? Does it need a paint? You know, like when you start thinking about it, all of a sudden your brain's just like going, holy crap, stop already. That's kind of what mind mapping is taking one thing and just blowing it up, making it a lot larger. It is a good practice. Just looking at what's boring. I want this little ladybug on there. We'll use the ladybug right there. But it's a creativity trick, really. And when you're doing something like zines and you need ideas, that's a great way to go about it. Okay, just like we did with Humpty Dumpty, that he ran into the mushroom man. Well, I'm not an expert on shrooms. Despite what I sound like, I'm really not. But based on either stories I've read or things that I've heard, it's a hallucinogen. So literally there's nothing that couldn't happen. So then there's no limit to what your imagination can create. Cat and Paste, that's funny as hell. He's walking to the gas station. Banana hammock. See, there you go. I'll get my ice cream and go to the corner. There you go, Lord. Get to that corner right now. The corner's kind of a lonely place without Rachel, isn't it? Like this coupon, I'd like to use that, but boy, that is really green. Okay, I'm going to use a piece of it up here. Oh, but I got that number. I like that number. I'll use it maybe down here. Okay. Sometimes I just use pieces of stuff because more than anything, it wasn't that I wanted the coupon. I wanted the color. Kind of like letting your brain fill in the blanks. Jasper, did that help get you out of your not knowing how to approach the next part? And the thing is, just sit down and write your ideas down, you know, like that prototype that I showed you, the way I approach it. The thing is, it's just paper. If I don't like that, throw it away and do something different. I'm kind of liking this now. I want something else up here. Maybe I'll tear this off. Oh. Robert Vaughn's out terrorizing the neighborhood on his four-wheeler. All right, here's a really neat, colorful thing. I don't want to tear that up, though. Just bear with me, boys and girls. All right. I'm going to flip it over and start working on the other side and then come back to this. And look at it with fresh eyes here in a minute, but I'm going to hit it with the heat gun first. So a little bit of brown here and there is still showing, and that's okay. I'll get some tissue paper or something to cover up that. Banana hammock because the man's Speedo is poor Jasper. Oh, God. Well, I'm glad you guys are yakking in chat over here, laughing your heads off. Okay, Anne's saying she taught your students how to mind map when writing research papers. Yeah, so Anne would be a good resource. But it really is just a way of managing where to go next, really. It is really what it's about. Where do you go next? Another thing you can do is, like, when you're doing a zine, it's almost like the people who wrote the nursery rhymes to begin with. We're trying to get a point across. Okay, Humpty Dumpty. Because I did go out and read about, you know, who wrote it, when was it first published, blah, blah, blah. Because who would write a nursery rhyme about an egg sitting on a wall and falling off? You know, what's the thought behind that? What turns out there's different approaches to why it was written in the first place. And it turns out that the best thing they can think of or come up with is that it was about weaponry, about a cannon that was very heavy, hard to maneuver, but was being used in war, and they did set it up on a wall, and it was so unstable, whatever, it fell off, and it broke, and that was the end of it. And so they called it Humpty Dumpty because of its appearance, and that they were using it on a wall to shoot whatever, cannonballs, whatever, at the enemy. So it's like, you never know. So that's kind of how you have to approach it, is how the hell did that come about? Heat gun. Yeah, Kathy Arbor did a really cool painting off of that homework from Dee Dee. A pterodactyl? Yep, I remember watching you do that. It was awesome. But you did, like, somehow you pulled those 5 seemingly unrelated things together and came up with something very cool. All right, that's good enough. It's not going to glom onto anything. It's dry enough. We'll just flip it over and start the other side. I'm obviously not going to get this done today, but hopefully you'll see enough of it. All right. Where is that? All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this stuff around. Because it's light enough, I don't mind it. And if it gives me too much trouble, I'll rip it off, and that's the end of that. And that's good too. But for around the edges and stuff, tissue paper is really, really good. What did I start with? Doesn't seem like I started with. Okay, guess I did. Nope, that's that. I want stuff kind of light. I guess I'm out of that wrapping paper. Bummer, dude. All right, I'll just use this up since I have it. What do I care? Oops. Don't go getting matte medium all over everything. Might be too late for that. Where's Angie? Are you talking about Keisha's Angie? I don't know that she comes to my stream. I know that a lot of people, after they've spent 3 hours at Dee Dee's, it's really hard to commit to anymore sitting in front of the computer. I totally get that. Because Mondays, by the time I'm done streaming, man, I'm ready to move. Totally ready to move. I'm not tearing these plies apart. We'll see how well I like that. I think because I started with more colorful, bigger pieces on the bottom, this side's going to be a little bit quicker and maybe easier. Who knows? Check chat here in just a second. So if you got questions or anything, slap them in there now. Big old butterfly. I have that other half of one somewhere. Some of these are just so thick, I hate to use them like that. There we go. All right. You're all heading to your channel next. Not a problem, Keisha. Not a problem. I'll turn you on. And this is what I commonly do on your channel, Keisha, is I'm sitting here working on something. So I have you in the background because I love your chatter. And your laugh. So you totally crack me up. So I commonly have you on, but I'm not participating in chat because I'm either drawing or cooking but I watch your channel quite frequently and know all the players. I know Posh, and I just don't talk a lot because when you're in chat and you're in, talking, it's almost like you can do nothing else. That's pretty much what you're going to be doing. And it's not that I don't like you guys. It's that at some point in my life, I got to get stuff done. I've been doing that more and more at streams is, I'm there. I'm just lurking, trying to get some stuff done. But I'm tickled when you guys are streaming and I have to cook. You keep me company. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, the punching each other. No, it's a good group. It's great background noise. For real. Check in. I just got a message. I have to see if Dee Dee's sending me something. I felt bad that I missed that message on Saturday, Dee Dee. But yeah, fam had my attention. And then when I got off, I was exhausted. I think I went and hibernated. Didn't talk to anybody the rest of the day. Family can be very exhausting. Unknown number. Those people don't care about. My hands are getting too dirty. Let me get one of those other stamps. Yep, I hear my background noise a lot. But I haven't been getting notifications either. So a lot of times if I'm, like getting ready to cook, I have to go and search. Fortunately, if I'm subscribed, they do come up, like first, but I don't think I should have to go look. I think it's my fault. So I don't really want to be bad mouthing anybody yet because I think part of it is the setup on my new computer. I think I just don't have it set up right. And Robert asks me all the time, well, do you like your new computer? You know what? I don't like anything new. So there you go. There's certain things about it. It's definitely faster. But when it comes right down to it, no, I don't love it. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. It's not like I'm going, oh man, I'm so glad I got this. No, that's not me. And if these buttholes, and by saying that, I'm being nice, okay? If they know so much about me Why can't they, when I order a computer, why can't they send it to me already set up with exactly what I want on it, exactly like I had my old one? Like, is that too much to ask? I mean, they don't mind gathering my information and selling it. The least they could do is set up my new computer for me. And don't send me a computer that I can't download stuff that I want because it's not available in the Microsoft store. That's what gets me to hitting. Problem is, none of them are sitting here in my house so I can punch their lights out. That's the problem. Okay, glad I got that off my chest. Do y'all get it now? But honestly, if they know so damn much about me that they can send me Chick-fil-A ads in Spanish, they could set up my new computer. It's an HP, and it's got Windows 11 on it. The newest version of Windows is 11, which comes in S mode. I don't think you can buy a new computer now without it, honestly. That sort of stuff kind of hacks me off. But I want life to be easy. I like easy life. That's why I think I should be a princess, because I want everything to be easy for me. I don't think it's asking too much. Hi, Teresa. Bye, Teresa. Thanks for coming, and I'm sorry. I'm mind mapping the old woman tossed up in a basket, brushing the cobwebs off the sky. Well, there you go, Keisha. Yeah, I guess it all boils down to how much I'm willing to pay and who, right? Yeah. I don't know. The crazy thing is, to use their products, any of them, I don't care if it's software that you're downloading or the hardware or anything, you know, you have to agree to their terms of service. Okay. How many of us really read that crap? So I get pissed off that they're collecting and selling all my stuff. But the truth of the matter is, I agreed to that by clicking their terms of agreement. But if you don't click their terms of agreement, you can't use their stuff. You know, like it's coercion. I'm telling you, it's coercion. God, do I sound like an old bitchy woman? I'm pretty sure I do. And I'm okay with that. Oh, there's another piece of that. I like the colorfulness. Tear it in half so I can have it 3 times. But no, the actual computer itself, I bought the bigger screen, the 17-inch screen. I like it because I didn't think it would make that big a difference, honestly, but it is a noticeable difference when you get the larger screen. And so I would say in that respect, yes, I do like the bigger screen. Oops, I want the red. So yeah, it's all good. All good. But I still don't have it completely set up either, because I got to figure out why I'm not getting notifications for you freaks. Let's put a shroom on here. Oh, that's a good shroom. Where do we want it? Right there? Nope, I want something behind it right there. This will work. You have to turn off S mode. Yes, Kathleen, you do. You have to download an app to disabled S mode. And then after you disable it, you can't get it back. And it's supposed to be for security and safety. meaning you can only buy products that have been gone through Microsoft and been tested for malware, blah, blah, blah. So that's the whole idea behind S Mode, is that they're decided that they should become the guardians of your safety and well-being. I just haven't gone in and downloaded the app to delete it yet. And I told myself I'm not going to do anything for a week. You know, like I'm going to use it for a week and see how pissed off I get. And then decide. And I have decided I am going to disable S Mode. I am. I just haven't done it yet. I'm busy. Like I got serious stuff to do. I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure that I have serious stuff to do. Now I like that so much, I'm not sure I want to put a shroom on it. Ooh, how did that get up? All right, here we go. Here we go. You girls do mind mapping all over my wall. Oh my God, somebody get in here and wash these walls. I wish somebody would come in. Now, you know what? I just like somebody to come in and get the cobwebs down high. That's one thing. And I even have a tool to do it, but it's the one thing that of all the things I have to do that I hate the most is cobwebbing. Like the ceiling fans, because there's ceiling fans all over the house. Yeah, that's the thing I don't like. And it reminds me how many spiders have got to be running around in here. Do you guys use those sticky things that you put next to your bed or behind your furniture and stuff? Those things are amazing. They're awesome. I'd recommend them to anybody. Wish I had some more. Okay, I can use this. But I wish I had some more tissue paper. Tissue paper is awesome. Oh, I'm just not even going to worry about it. My hands are a mess. I'll end up cutting this off, I think. I was hoping I could separate the plies. I'll try and curve it around. We'll see. I don't know if that's going to work. Webs are good decor. Yeah, I don't decorate for Halloween. I know, bah humbug, but I just don't. I used to. When the kids were small, I decorated for everything. But I've pretty much now gotten rid of all my decorations. The only decorations I have left are Christmas. And I do somewhat decorate for Christmas. Yeah, I do somewhat decorate for Christmas. But I have a tree, a little miniature tree that I put up. I'm not like Dee Dee. I don't go to the tree farm and get the tree and all this stuff. I don't do any of that. I had a lot of that when the kids were little. So now Robert and I don't really care. So yeah, doesn't matter. I do put up garland around the staircases with lights. I do that because I enjoy that. Very pretty, and I like it in the evening when I'm sitting around. But otherwise, I could care less. Not big on the Christmas stuff. Okay, this is real lightweight, so I'm going to make it wrap around, I think. Oh, my hands are getting useless. I'm not kidding you. Wish I had there. I'll just wipe it on this. Thanks, Teresa. Kathleen, I'm kind of right there with you. That could very easily be an antitrust issue. Yep. But I'm not sure that they can do anything about it because Apple's gotten away with it all this time. Precedent has been set, you know? But yeah, I kind of agree with you. And the thing is, gives me something to bitch about, so who cares? Need to break that up a little bit, and then I'll put something pretty on top of it. A stamp. An old stamp. There we go. Yeah, we'll put the old one next to the new one. I need something right in there. Do we want a great big bumblebee in there? Yeah, why not? This is a back anyway, so it's, yeah, whatever. And then I got to remember to put secrets on it. Dee Dee told me to. Okay, that's good right there in the center. And if you want, I'll get some make some of the matte medium to make it all look one color, vintagey. So you can see, of course, you've seen the box. You kind of know what it ends up looking like anyway. So I try to be really careful near the edge that I don't put stuff that's going to peel up. I don't think that's in the part that's going to curl. So I think it'll be okay. Because I've only got like 10, 15 minutes. So, oh, I want something up there though. That's too much same color. Let's do the green because, yeah, got green down there. Let's do that. Okay, let me get out a cup. And I'm not sure if this is done yet, but I'll just go ahead and do the at least a little bit of the brown so you can see how putting a layer of brown over the whole thing is just kind of smushes it all together. Because right now it looks just like a bunch of junk smushed down on the page, because that's exactly what it is. Okay, I want you guys to fess up. How many of you went on and ordered the cartoon book? Come on, fess up, boys and girls, fess up. I want to know. And I might have put too much of that brown in. Looks pretty dark. Yeah, like a little bit goes a long, long way. So I'm going to put just a little bit more matte medium. Because I don't mind it being a little bit dark, but I don't want it really, really dark where everything just gets obscured. And you don't have to make too much of this. This is definitely enough for one side. It's in your basket. My wallet is empty. I didn't hear the question. Oh, how many of you guys bought that book that I showed at the beginning? I'm going to have to cut the deli paper off now, but I do try and be a little bit careful around the things that are sticking up, that I don't leave a big old wad of this stuff. Just looks better when everything has that same color finish on it. Yeah, this is going to be enough for both sides, I'm thinking. And I will remember to write secret on the front, Dee Dee. Won't happen today, but it will happen. Should I do it like Scrabble tiles? Or draw a great big magnifying glass and put secret? Oh, Lori, I'm in your straight line support group, but don't you like the way this looks now? I'm going to have to hit this with a heat gun. Make sure I don't have wads of it anywhere. Laura, you probably loved when I did the cut the pieces out of the magical paper and glued down, because everything on that was straight this way, straight that way. It was very straight. This is outside the comfort zone a little bit. Looks like a hidden mystery. Yeah, well, it's prettier than just blank, right? When you pick it up, you feel good. Let me get down there. There we go. All right, let me hit this with a heat gun. And I'll flip it over and do the other side real quick. Okay, one thing that is annoying me, you'll see how crazy I am. That great big bee right there. I will find something to leave most of him still showing, but not the whole thing. It looks like he was just slapped there, which he was. So now I'll just I'll sit with this for a day or so before I actually finalize it. trim the edges, put some paper on the inside here. I'll either make some tissue paper or something, but I'll go ahead and cover this. Maybe paint it tan first so it kind of matches everything. Let's go ahead and curve over these things first. See if we can urge them to stay. If they won't, they'll get cut off. Won't bother me either way, honestly. Okay, that's going to have to get cut because it's just a little piece. Yeah, that will drive me cuckoo. Ready? Go. And after about a week, you'll just see little things like, I know I'll always love that little number peeking out from behind there. That's an element that I'll really, really like. Other things I may end up having to cover up, that they'll just annoy me. But I won't know until I kind of mess with it for a week or so. But then gluing on a couple little things, that won't bother me. And I may never look at it critically again, too. And that bright green looks better when it's got brown on it. Okay, before I finish this too, what color do I want to do it? I think I'll do it black. Okay. Hang on, hang on. Which black ink do I want to use? Now let me grab some black paint. I think I'd rather use paint than ink, something a little bit more opaque. Okay, this is one of the coolest parts. I almost forgot about it before I ended, but I've got a couple more minutes so I can get it done. And I would say get everything that you don't want black splatters on away. Alrighty? Do that first. Take a splatter brush. Are you guys freaking out yet? I don't necessarily want big splatters. That's what I like. Try and clean that up so it doesn't end up everywhere. And then if you want to, get yourself a circle maker. Just adds a little bit another dimension to it, you know. Now I can't flip it back over. I'm going to let this air dry because some of those splats are pretty big, so they're going to have to air dry. So that's that. And anything that I feel like is just sitting on top or something I'm not comfortable with, those are the things that I'll go ahead and put some black ink or something on just to kind of suppress them a little bit. But right now I'm liking this. And I don't know yet, but before I'm done, I may go ahead and ink the edges to make it just look more finished with probably dark brown. So yeah, I'm going to let this sit and dry now. And depending on what I do with it, if I do more to it, I'll show it next week. Otherwise, I won't. You like it, Dee Dee? I like it. And every time I pick it up, I will love it. I will love it a lot. Jasper, what are you eking about? Because I threw the black paint on it? No, that makes it look finished. Jasper, you're making it way harder than it has to be. I was just scrolling back in comments. You're making it way harder than it has to be. Thanks, Marsh. I like it. I'm pretty happy with it. It's definitely going to work for what I need it for, what I wanted it for. So, yeah, I think when it dries, it'll look awesome. One thing I am going to be doing this week is making myself some coffee stain paper. For real. So I really, really appreciate you guys hanging with me this afternoon and Dee Dee this morning. I think an LLM needs to be hidden in there. An LLM. Lori loves Montana. All right. Where am I going to put LLM? I'll figure out a place, Lori. Thanks, you guys. All right. Hi, Joan, by the way. Jasper, if you need some help, message me on IG and I'll help you get unstuck if you get stuck. Get after it, Dorothy. Quit wasting time. Get it done. All right, you guys. If you have questions or need to get a hold of me about the zines or anything, message me, IG, or my email. I'm better about IG than I am email, but I'm not good at anything really. And yeah, I'll see you next Monday, but I'll see you before then at Dee Dee's on Wednesday for absolutely certain. And I appreciate you guys spending your time with me. I never take it for granted. And I love you guys. I'll see you later. Adios, amigos.